conversation starter that can spice up an otherwise monotonous life, or so they said. India, which is traditionally a tea-drinking country, is now acquiring a taste for coffee, as local entrepreneurs are also hoping to cash in on the country's coffee-drinking habits by opening new outlets to promote this beverage. In the past decade, India's youth has quickly embraced a coffee culture as cafes became not only places to buy lattes and frappuccino, but also that much-needed urban space that is trendy and convenient and offers a neutral meeting place. This cafe culture has introduced coffee and brought more variety to the drinks to many Indians for the first time, and even to traditional coffee drinking regions. Cafes now serve espresso, cappuccino, latte, filter coffee to people who had far fewer options before. In Meghalaya, where tea is the traditional beverage, coffee has always remained a second fiddle to its more popular cousin. But things are changing fast, and it was not surprising to see this coffee drinking culture would pick up at a fast pace in a trend-catchy space like Shillong, where booming cafe businesses have been holding a steady clientele among the youth as well as the older generation. Likewise, the Shillongites are eventually acquiring a taste for coffee and learning to distinguish it from a carelessly made drink to a specialty item. But how many would know that coffee is cultivated in some parts of Meghalaya, or would even think of Shillong as a coffee destination? Yes, an indigenous coffee is grown, cultivated, harvested, processed and packaged by locals in select parts of Meghalaya. Smoky Falls Tribe Coffee, run and owned by Dondor Giri Nongklao, a retired geography lecturer, and his daughter MAJAW, boast of its very own indigenous, organic, pure homegrown coffee. With a passion for coffee and the love for something local and indigenous, this duo is brewing up coffee that is delicious, flavorful and truly unique. Coffee plantation in the Khasi Hills is not new, as the plant grows in the wild in Meghalaya as ornaments and the fruits are eaten by birds. However, Ba Don is the first person to realize the potential of this local plantation and explore the villages for procuring beans. Interest in coffee in the family dated back decades ago, beginning with his mother-in-law who would brew coffee indigenously.
Kalau don apa ne ka sap san kopi yang ne ying. Namari kiang hopor bai dang im, bat bai di khun ki dang red ki iju hikai di khun ban sedi bat ban terlihat kopi dah kerkom handai suki. Bat il ai mat yang bat ulong thang ulong pengat hanor kom udon pak jingbang hadin dalam lindi.
Ba Don's family, with the aim of protecting this indigenous coffee bean, which provides a new livelihood opportunity for locals, decided to invest their time, energy, money and resources in this risky and labor-intensive venture and had undergone a month's training in Chikmagalur, Karnataka.
Kalau perlu ni dapat ban public training dah kejing munjur lang na ying, bat ngal yo ban training stage po Bangalore na bata ne kam coffee. Ngala yo du ban lek jengok sibun ki coffee estates bodan South India, bat ngala yo ban pej du sibun ki mesin ki bahek ki bakrau ki ba penkam state South India na bata ka processing ya coffee. Te hadin jong kata bangila yo ki jeng penselur kala penlong ini pat ban ya mirlang kawe ki jengbut kum kiyeng ha ka bang ya sei pisa ban thiet pat kawe ki tiar ba kham he.
And that was how Smoky Falls Tribe Coffee was launched. The brand name has been derived from the numerous waterfalls that cascade down the hills in this part of the world. After coming back from his training, Ba Don in return imparted the training to the villagers from whom they sourced their coffee.
Te kani kalong kawe na kipenta jong ka outreach program jigi banwan sini sha po nokondong bani kendu ya kini nograb ban pesluriki ba kini airap ba kinumdu mensim ba da kaliang jungi rungi na kwa ba kinang yo kopi su kanang ba kopi ba na ka na than riwar unya yo sa kiwe ba benta jong ka pasai su
ka jumenta bang yo ya kopi em namar ba kopi biara bahaya yangi hakapol bang indon kam bahaya kepisa mentau penai balai bat basang indon kam ba namar ba kwai ngimpat yo ya kwai ban lam no ro tentang yo da kopi ken ban belut ya kebai lut bai set bai ngasep Kajing mentoy ya kendau ru abang ngapet ya kendau hatrai kopi kendau kasbab ha. Nak kata akap mencua dan bayang orang yang lada firep yun kopi kuai rum seiso. Nga ang to amoin cuya pen da mentapan da pe ya kopi ngayo iba yang jimentoy. Jong aba ngayo iya kendau bak kabah. Ngam idok jing kermen ra ban review ni. Hamada ka khamal ajong ngayo jing metoy.
Badon stated that in bringing this venture to life, his eldest daughter MAJAW was one of the major driving force, as it was her passion and dedication to coffee that actually kick-started the venture. MAJAW had carried on extensive research about the coffee plant that grows in Meghalaya. Furthermore, she had invested a large amount of time in experimenting with the coffee roasting procedure in order to find the perfect blend and one that makes Smoky Fall tribe coffee unique.
Then slowly when like coming back home and getting more into this coffee, started roasting and started doing some research on this, that whether it's the same. Then thankfully with the background of science again, I got some help from my previous director whom I work with in Botanical Survey of India. So I collected samples of our coffee plant and took it to the department, and then they have done the verification and identification of the plant, and then they have identified that one plant is coffee robusta and one is coffee arabica. So that confirmed that it is the same coffee that is grown elsewhere and used commercially. After that, we started doing some research on how to go about it, and then we took the risk. Then around maybe 4 years ago, I took the risk of purchasing one small machine. It is a first coffee roaster. It is just 1 kg per batch. So to get maybe around 5 kgs, I had to roast 5 hours a day. It was very much of a hard work, in fact. So what happened when we first got the machine, it was a risk because I didn't know how to use it, and again the technician didn't want to come to Shillong. Then I had to just keep the machine for some time and do some research and study the manual and started operating the machine. Then after roasting in the small roaster, then again the quality again changed. From the pan roasted coffee to the machine, the roaster, again there's a difference in the roast profile of the beans, in the quality of the beans.
Badon expressed that coffee business is a risky business as there are many hurdles that one encounters to produce coffee of good quality. Passion and drive to keep going are definitely key because wanting to give up when the going is not good is easy. Personal investments are high. Smoky Falls Tribe Coffee has already invested much on research, going to the villages, educating locals on coffee plantation, harvesting of coffee beans, expensive machinery which if broken requires a mechanic that is not readily available, power shedding which ruins the process of roasting the beans. These are some of the major hurdles that one faces in the coffee business.
Tanrei padang ini bro kalong sok bhanda bai su khana fi tanrei kidan sibun jinge kijing kendu jungi teng ni perkhat ru balai kum kwa pruksa hakari kam namatang menyo sa kikot ksla ban penbiang swa kikot ksla kesimpor ru brai parabnai tang kikot ksla be dei nadu ka dabasnong benyo NOC na dabasnong benyo na pollution board benyo na FSSAI but terter ke junukam.
What happened was when we first decided to go on with the unit, so there were many sleepless nights, thinking about bringing this up. Opening a unit it is not a small thing. There are things where we have to learn about, and also investment comes. So for me, what happened is that there were times where we couldn't sleep. We don't want to, just want to have a working day, the whole day, where you can just work and execute all these ideas and everything. Doing our own work, there are so many obstacles. Especially like for me being a woman, it's quite difficult working with machines. But with this work now, I've learned to even use a screwdriver, how to open up the machine, look how it is inside, because you just can't wait for anyone to do that for you, especially when you're working late at night around 12 at night, and then suddenly the machine stopped and you have your work and you have your orders. You cannot just wait for someone in the morning to come.
This dynamic duo, in their quest to bring Meghalaya's coffee to a notable position, has encountered a diverse range of obstacles. However, one admirable aspect that's worth mentioning is their indomitable will and perseverance to overcome and come up with strategies and solutions in the midst of certain Herculean factors.
Te habak sedang kamhe pat ngasem hoj kopi udon manak sinong jong riwar bami klau hi bagi tunga pulau udon manak sinong riwar penlak be ne kopi. Tendre kijinge kalong ba dangi sedang banyak ikan kam sekat kopi ngumdon. Wat lo kopi sawar bun. Te kala perlong ngi kum kayeng ban pia no kam arbanta. Kare kam ka bade hayeng ban roast ban grind ban packaging kopi ban process kopi kala simti de khun rangkat bat ki ba tre po joka ko ba saw sangon bat kawai bat ka benta jo kam la simti manga ka ban le shefil ban le ai jing kai ya ki brio hariwar ba ribhoi ba kin thung kopi ba kin sumari kopi ba odon pa.
For me now also the obstacle right now for me are working with different villages. Why I'm telling that it's sometime when I do meet our coffee farmers, it so happened one year the same village has a very good crop, the second year they couldn't bring maybe even a sack of crop. So that was the influence maybe because of the weather. That was the main reason. And this year it happens that we got news that we're getting very, very less cropped. Why? Because of maybe too much of hailstones last year. It destroyed during the flowering season. It destroyed most of the plants. So it was really frustrating. In fact, because as for us, as a company, we don't want to purchase coffee from anywhere else. We want to use our own Meghalaya coffee. So for us, our vision, what we want to do right now is actually after maybe a few months from now, we want to adopt certain villages. Adopting these villages which help them maybe with a bit of labor, so that they can put some laborers in the field to do some work, take care of the plants, because you can't just expect a plant just bear healthy fruits without doing anything. You will have to put in some hard work. But these villages, they don't have that much money to put into labor. So in that way, suppose we have after we have adopted these villages, then we push them up for taking care of the plants, so that there will be a good production in the next few years.
But matanda kala ya December ka supply ka jing yo kopi nalom kaduna karba ya ka jingdawa yo kopi yo uni kopi mo kerjur te dena takada ka pelong nga bangalai ai awareness program sha kinong kendong khatam kithan riwar ba boy ban batai ki bandesu ki spak jumtoy jangkar kopi.
Amidst all these obstacles, Smoky Falls Tribe Coffee is still going strong. Invigorating smells of strong coffee in the most beautiful hues of brown and gold stare back at us from our mugs. While most coffee brought to Shillong and others enjoyed all around the country is mixed with 40% chicory and 60% coffee, Smoky Falls Tribe Coffee boasts and propagate of pure coffee without any mixture. Their coffee comes straight out from the local farms, including one owned by Don, roasted, processed and packaged at their residential home with pure dedication. He stated that Smoky Falls Tribe Coffee contains 100% pure coffee with no added color or preservatives. So far, the response has been satisfactory, but the problem is that a majority of the consumers do not know the art of brewing coffee. He stresses that more awareness should be given so that we can inculcate the culture of coffee drinking here.
Kadang kejing fair bakrau pada ngenu kopi bagi penmi mengi hangne bat kopi ba penmi ka Saudi. Bat kata kalong ke uniqueness jong du kopi bang penmi mengi hangne. Uni kopi udai be pure coffee, organic coffee. Kabisan namata kani kam kopi bang ya sedang le mata kalong ba bila sedang ban wat iki mesin ban penmi saya instant coffee but ya green coffee.
Smoky Falls Tribe Coffee is the result of Don's family untiring and undaunted spirit. It is amazing what passion and hard work can bring about, and that backed by familial love and support is a power-packed combo. And this is what it takes to bring such a unique product from the field to the cup.